Good evening, everyone. DRBMiller here. How's everybody doing? Thank you very much for joining our evening session of PUBG. And we are starting with a lengthy season of PUBG matches here on our channel. This will be accompanying Destiny 1 and 2, the games that we are currently playing, and we have been basically tying them to our channel here on Twitch, and that's the way it's been already for a couple of years. Really, I had an afterthought about all we did here in view of my broadcasts and all the sessions we would have completed during the last couple of years, and I was running the second season of broadcasts from February, and I have to say it has been somewhat challenging, a bit different to what I experienced earlier with Destiny, because during the first year we've had everything, all the participation from our community members and everything else tied to Destiny 1 in particular. We sort of branched out to the sequel, but unfortunately the sequel is not very popular amongst the veterans. I don't know why. They find it to be a completely different type of game. In fact, today I've had two people playing PUBG with me who love Destiny. They hate Destiny 2. They always get back to the original, and I think it must be to do with the selection of difficulty missions, and of the most difficult missions that are tied to pinnacle weapons, and also the missions that require a lot of community input in order for them to be fully completed. If you were starting out in Destiny and you had no help, there would be no guide anywhere, and you would be struggling. And I've had quite a few people coming in during my first year of broadcasting who were doing Destiny from its beta days, so right from the beginning, 2012, and they said it would have taken them up to 18 months to complete everything and to learn various things. And due to the fact that they were helping me all along, and there was a major community input coming in at all times, I was able to complete in 3 months all that they were doing within the first 2 years, so maybe even 3 years, considering that they were up over the 2 years, I would say, all the DLCs and additional content, and all of that was really, really remarkable. I was very, very grateful, and we've had a lot of fun. Our community has been, and still is, very vibrant, very engaging, very helpful, very attentive, giving attention to everybody who needs it, anybody who wants to be learning about the game. And I think this is the approach that I want to migrate here. PUBG is a very different type of game. We have a tactical shooter, which is very close to the real life experience, and it's all down to the strategy, the tactics, the quality of the teams, and all the people do together. So really, quite frankly, unless you are in a good team, and unless you are on a very fast internet, and if you know exactly what you're doing, you have lots of experience of PUBG under your belt, you will find it very challenging. Early drops could result in instant death, particularly if people are trying to get the best quality weapons in hot zones, and it's all down to the quality of strategy and the quality of the team members' input. So we really are looking forward to perhaps select and collect new community members. I must say that I was preparing for about 2 weeks, for the broadcast, and I had lots of good experiences. Loads of great guys and people who play Battlefield and Call of Duty and everything. Really top-notch fellas. On the other hand, many people from other affiliate communities like Fallout and Call of Duty and Apex, in fact, had come to me and complained about toxic content and the fact that there are lots of people who are very unpleasant and causing all kinds of difficulties. So I think from my point of view, I really want everything to be as friendly as possible and absolutely in sync with the rules of the channel, all we do here in general. And I want also anyone who is participating in our forums to be giving a hand to our team members, perhaps, who are not as experienced or brand new to the game. There's a difference between somebody being brand new to PUBG and being an experienced veteran of Battlefield and Call of Duty, because what it means is they already have a lot of other FPS and Battle Royale games under the belt, so they will be able to, tune in rather quickly. And newbies are some of the younger gamers, or people who have not tried this sort of environment before, and it's very important that I feel really welcomed and embraced. It's very difficult for me to control what type of attitude or what type of encounters I will have through random matchmaking. Most of the times the encounters are pleasant, and particularly when people hear they're being streamed live on Twitch, they sort of become aware of the fact that others are watching and listening, so it wasn't just confined to 2 or 3 people in the arena. But I have to apologize in advance if if anyone says something which is not particularly friendly or not nice, and we are trying to keep everything as good as possible. I've also noticed that the sound coming from my teammates was not recorded earlier today. There were lots and lots of technical issues and glitches which were causing me many problems and headaches. It was very disappointing beginning of the day. For about 2.5-3 hours I was literally struggling with severe lag and various other issues, but eventually that got resolved. It's all to do with partly, well, greatly to do with PUBG service, and then partly to do with my setup here. So I had to really kind of tune in the way we broadcast in view of some of the constraints which we are presently experiencing due to pandemic, and it worked fine towards the end of our earlier broadcast. So today we'll just focus on hardcore action, hoping that we'll have good matches. I had really bad matches earlier, and I'll tell you why. Very bad rubber banding for a few hours. So I kept walking and running, when you're sort of chasing the circle, and rubber banding kept bringing me back. So I died about 2 or 3 times just because, I was running as fast as I could, but the game was bringing me back, to an earlier point. There's no way I could win it. But that disappeared later on, so I don't know really what caused it, but certainly it caused me a major headache. Right, so as I said, we are joining hands with our Destiny veterans, many of whom played the Crucible, people who are experienced in PvP, but more of a kind of deathmatch style PvP. In here we have one deathmatch map, a tight desert one, where we really have to survive for as long as possible, but most matches don't last more than 8 to 10 minutes. And then you have some wider maps which last for half hour or longer. In fact, yesterday I had one match which was 31 minutes long, I think, or just about. And it was a very, very good match. We really enjoyed it, and it was very tactical, very stealthy, and really my kind of match. So let's hope we are going to be embracing some of those tonight as well. So without further ado, first of all, thank you all for coming, for watching. We are cracking on with another series of streams here, the main game with PUBG, hoping to build a community around what we do. And for anyone who comes in, please do talk and raise your hand. And for anyone who is otherwise on Xbox, on my team, I'll bring them into the party, the party chat, so be able to hear everything. Don't know why PUBG is not allowing some of the people who are out there to be heard straight away. It may well be that there are some previous settings. I tried to investigate that and didn't find any tabs which had to be switched on. I'll ask some of the veterans and my colleague streamers about it, because I've seen the same problem on 2 or 3 other broadcasters' streams, which were also PUBG, and then I have to ask them really to find out what they did and what happened. So yeah, right. So I'll take a very short break, and then after that we'll crack on with some serious action. So stay with us, and our PUBG action will commence very shortly.